Hey, what's up guys, this is Oakley and we're here celebrating a festival. We're all here in our costumes. We're gonna have a good time. But actually it's gonna be an island resort where there seems to be a demonstration of sorts. The locals are protesting and it seems like a nearby tourist force of Danish armies. Yeah, Denmark is here. They're here for vacation over in the Alps. They're not in the Alps, in Central America, so a nice little place to be. There's two big families, it seems like, on either side, and they're both trying to get into this nice vacation resort. Look at this place. This is a place you'd want to stay. However, the inhabitants are not having it. They are busy celebrating their ceremonies, their events. They're all painted up. They're nice. These guys, obviously fans of TIGGR, dressed up very nicely. And so yeah, we're going to be reenacting this famous event. And it's going to be in the Total War Medieval 2. This is actually going to be the Aztecs here. So a whole host of forces. Actually going to be two armies. And I don't really want to go over too much of the composition just because Jaguar Warrior, Eagle Warrior, Coyote Priest, a lot of assortments of crazy troops all over the place that probably don't mean much to you. Suffice to say, we're going to be facing off against, like I said, two Danish forces. Over here they brought a lot of massive ranks of gunners. And they're going to be pushing forward with Norse axemen. So, you know, if we're not going to let them in, they're going to cut up the gates and let themselves in. So they're going to be charging pretty furiously forward. A lot of guys, Norse swordsmen, heavy infantry, kind of charging in a massive blob. What they're going to be doing on this flank is actually sending forward the arquebusiers over onto the left flank to kind of ward off my force that's going into the jungle to try and get a flank on them. And then they also have their cavalry that's going to start to try and swat our forces away. So defensive position on the left and a huge massive attack up through the center, and they also have some of their guys positioning themselves to guard the flank. Meanwhile, what we're doing on both sides is basically sallying forward. I have a lot of my guys here, again dressed up very nicely in their traditional pajamas. It's early in the morning for these guys. But yeah, we're moving forward with, and I mixed in some Coyote Priests. These guys have the ability to kind of chant, which increases the morale of your guys and improves their abilities, and they already have some ridiculous stats. So anyways, one flank over there, another flank, as I said, in that position. This one over here has some actual arrow warriors, so I wanted to be able to deal with his cavalry and units from a distance. So arrow warriors, and they're actually going to be throwing massive javelins that are kind of like plumbada, but I do have some archers over here, Aztec archers, so a little bit of range mixing with some melee infantry, and that's going to be the bulk of our flanking operation. Over on this front, we're mainly going to be content with holding the front. This is my ally here, Eagle Warriors and Coyote Priests in the background, already starting to chant. Let's watch some of this. I don't know where they got the inspiration for these outfits, but I'm pretty sure no one ever wore these outside of ceremonial events, but it's funny to see. And we have arrow warriors here. So anyway, the Danish force over here is not going to be quite as sophisticated as the other one. He does have some handgunners, so he's going to start picking apart our guys. Actually, a lot of handgunners here positioned, and Norse axemen being a little more conservative, and some cavalry on the flanks, but not as many as the other one over here. So let's get into the action. Here's going to be the main confrontation. Jaguar Warrior is going to be leading the forefront of my assault straight into these Norse axemen heavy infantry. And let's see who gets the better of these engagements. Actually, some of his guys, when they get their blows, they're going to start chopping through my guys. But once that initial charge wears off, the fight will be even off. You can see actually a lot of his guys on the ground. Jaguar Warriors have ridiculous stats. Actually, a lot of the Aztecs do, to make up for the fact that they have poor armor. Jaguar Warriors also over here to clog up this approach, so we're holding that, and now we're pushing forward with our flank here. This is not very well defended. This position over here is a lot better defended, and so cavalry are going to be charging to our guys. We have them stationary, no spears on my front, so we'll see how my men hold up. A lot of them being thrown up in the air, but I have my units up here, just like I said, with these massive arrows, and so they're going to be throwing these javelins into the mailed knights. And there you go, a lot of them actually being thrown into this cluster. The guys over here, you can see, I mean, massive armor versus no armor, but in the heat of the jungle, these guys must not be performing very well. And you can see my guys are actually, once I've gotten them slowed down and bogged down on my men, they're chopping through these guys super quick. The cavalry is having almost no effect on my guys. Man, look at that. I don't know what the stats are on these guys, but they are chewing through the knights here. A little bit more luck in fighting off my skirmishers. So they're whacking away at my guys. But I have my archers in the back supporting me. So perhaps a little preemptive assault on my guys here. I would have waited, my Coyote Priest being thrown in the air. If I were him, I would have waited a little bit longer. I would have probably softened me up with the Arquebusier. And that's what I think you have to do, is keep the Aztecs at bay. If we had decided to charge, then you come in with your cavalry. But take a look at this. I mean, yes, Cav are starting to, clear out my men, but a lot of them are paying with their lives. So that's what's happening on that front. Over on this side, we are charging straight into the musket line. Let's actually watch some of this. And his ranks are already starting to break as the Jaguar warriors get in there. And we actually got the general. He was trying to be the first one into the resort. He wanted to hop into that spa, get the free massage, but it was not to be the case. Let's watch some of these Jaguar warriors. The initial guys at the front starting to kick in. These guys destroying them, and they are getting somewhat killed, but here come reinforcements. A lot more units coming in here. These look like pajama warriors. I'd love, and here you go. I'd love to see these pajama warriors face the Parthian pajama warriors. They would be definitely some sort of competition there to see who looks the most ridiculous. But now we're going to close ranks. His arquebusiers actually were caught totally unprepared for this assault. Still some cavalry somewhat alive. They're trying to get in on my men, but again, once they get bogged down, they're going to be taking a lot of punishment. And look at this, holy crap, these cavalry. I don't think I lost very many men in this engagement. The floor is strewn with Danish cavalrymen, definitely not used to fighting in the jungle or against these types of warriors. And it looks like on this front we're going to be holding firm. The handgunners from a distance, we're not doing too much against this. We have pretty good morale, and so our guys are standing firm despite getting shot by bullets. And I guess it doesn't matter too much that we don't have any armor. The bullets have pretty good armor penetration, so it didn't really matter. And here comes the Norse figuring, okay, let's punch through this as solidly as we can. Now they're going to start their charge. But as we thought last time, this is kind of foolhardy. So there they go, they're going to get into our front ranks, start to push through our guys. We're going to get a nice double sandwich on them here on one side. Supporting fire coming in from the flank. And we're trying to hold firm until the cavalry are engaged, and then we'll swarm around. Here come my men over here. Now I do have to warn you, this battle is actually not going to last too much longer. Basically at this point we ran into connection issues, so I just wanted to show you at least a little bit of the fight. Here we're going to be coming in and sandwiching the remainder of the guys through here. Again, Jaguar warriors killing a lot of guys, routing the enemy force, and now we're going to be coming in and cleaning them up with the remainder of my guys. So over here, the forest has basically been cleared. We do have a couple of my guys over here trying to pick up some scalps, get some sacrificial victims, like, come back here! They're going to come back and sacrifice them. The arquebusiers are having none of that. But anyways, like I said, we've kind of cleaned up this mess. I did not expect our guys to hold up so well against cavalry. That was pretty freaking amazing. So clearly you need to kill the Aztecs from a distance. Direct assaults are not going to work. As we saw with this exchange right here, most of his guys dying, not too many of mine. And then we came in and sandwiched them. On top of the fact that Aztecs can field a lot of units, and so, yeah, you're going to get swarmed by swarm tactics. Over here is cavalry charge once more into my guys. Took a lot of losses, and then I'm going to just kind of shoo them away with my archer fire. And the remainder of my guys are going to come in as a flanking force. We really want to start to eat up these guys. They are kind of pushing through our guys. They got pretty far. They broke through our main line and are just continuing to push through. But you can see, all the ground that they cede is then going to be taken up by our guys. And you kind of know how this fight would have gone. The replay, as you can see, is finished. We lost connection to the game. But you know the fate of this force right here. This is going to be a lot of shiny plates of armor that we can sacrifice to Xibalba. If you guys have ever seen the Disney movie El Dorado, you'll get the reference. But yeah, anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this battle. It's definitely fun to play as the Aztecs. I've never really tried it, and I mean, when I see this, it kind of makes me want to try it a little bit more. It did help that our opponents were forced to attack us on an open battlefield. The Aztecs will probably lose because you can kite them, shoot them, get around them. But in these confined masses where the enemy is forced to bring the fight to you, I think they fare very, very well. Maybe I'll do another battle in the future where we play against some Spanish, and we have some conquistadors and some more proper gunners and heavy cav and all that stuff, as opposed to the Danish guys who, quite frankly, were out of their elements. But anyways, hope you guys enjoyed. I will see you in the next one. Thanks so much for watching. Leave your recommendations below for what you'd like to see in future videos. I always take a look at those and try and fulfill your requests. Thanks so much for watching. See you in the next one. Peace out.